YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you, and today I've got going on the grill some chicken parm. So I started this recipe last night. I took me a few chicken thighs. I halved them, which is to say I cut them down the middle, and then I pounded them out. This is going to be my non-presentation side, but this is the side we're going to season first. So let's get them out of this brine. I went with a brine of 3% solution salt. Nothing too salty. I want to make sure these had some flavors without packing them with packing them full of salt. Alright, so these are salted enough. Any other salt I will introduce to this will come from the seasonings I'm going to use, but it'll be very minor. Alright. We just have, let's put this to the side so I could make quick and easy Italian seasoning for you guys. Alright, we're gonna go down with some thyme. Basil, onion powder, garlic powder. Give it a mix. These are basic Italian seasoning. Alright, got my Italian seasoning here. And my base layer will be this buttery garlic and herb seasoning. I think it'll complement it just right. Going down with that first. Tasted this, not too salty. I don't have to go too heavy. Like I said, the amount of salt we have in there is already perfect. I went with 3% because I thought 5% for these thin pieces of chicken breast would be a bit too much. Oh, this smells pretty good. Dried spices, no real oil to speak of, so they will hydrate on this chicken when I get it back to the fridge. I want to make sure this chicken is full of flavor. So we've got the brine, we did that, and now we're going to get some flavors on the outside. Smells good because this will at some point be going over direct coals. You want to make sure those Italian seasoning and spices don't burn. Get ready to make my sauce, get a fire going to get these on. Stay tuned. Alright, let's get this sauce together. That's tomato sauce, whole can going in. Might have to do this in batches because this cup is only so big. Tomatoes. Diced tomatoes. That's tomato paste, only going in with about half the can. Real simple sauce recipe. Really simple. Alright. I'm going to pour it into a bowl. Trying to reserve some still left over in this cup. Alright. I'm going to go into this cup. Little shit. I ain't even watching this shit. Going in with some rosemary. Going with all that basil. About two tablespoons. A few bay leaves. Going down with my red onion first. Real basic sauce is what we're making. Then we're gonna go in with our garlic. This is 2 whole, these are like elephant garlic cloves. We're gonna get it sizzling in the garlic for a few seconds till it's fragrant. And we're gonna drop our sauce in. That sauce is gonna simmer for a good while. Sauce going in. I want the sauce to thicken up, so when I drop it on top of that chicken, I want it to have some stability so it stays on top of that chicken, and I can cover that with this beautiful mozzarella cheese that I have to get it melted. So this is going to simmer. I will be back with you guys when this is about done. Then I'll go ahead and get a fire started so I can fire this chicken off. Stay tuned. Alright, sauce is looking good. It's thickened up. I like getting around these edges, getting all this good stuff, this caramelized sauce off the edges and putting it back into the sauce. That's all flavor. It's thickened up nicely. This means I'll be able to get a lot of sauce to stay and stick on the tops of that chicken, so I can go down on top of it with that nice mozzarella that we have. Stay tuned. Alright, we got some nice white assed over charcoals. It's still pretty hot, but this temperature has come down significantly. There's no open flames. That's what I'm looking for. I've got my chicken here. Alright, so these are pretty thin, so these are not going to take as long, and that's what I was looking for. This is not going to be a long cook, so we're going to start getting this chicken down. Oh, it smells good already. A thick one right over those hot coals. I am using these black nitrile gloves. I do have a liner under them. I did want to leave them uncovered in the fridge so long that everything dries out, because these are thin pieces of chicken. Again, these would be considered chicken breast cutlets. Alright, so we're going to let them cook on up. I'll bring you guys back. I'm working with one hand right now. I'll bring you guys back when something changes. Stay tuned. Alright, let me show you guys what we got going on. We get some good color, especially this one back here. What I've been doing every 20-30 seconds, because these are pretty thin, I'm giving it a flip. You can see we still got some pretty nice juices in there. They're not dry, right? They still got some flexibility to them. They're not stiff. That's the whole goal with this, right? And I can smell it. I'm stinking up the whole neighborhood. Smells pretty delicious. Maybe stinking was the wrong word. Stinking in a good way, huh? Alright, so what's going to happen is, after these are done, they've got, you know, another minute or two on here. I probably could pull them now. I'm going to finish these on the inside. As you can see, we got some good marks. That's not what I'm going for, but the char is good because it adds a depth of flavor. I'm going to get these over here into my restaurant pan. I'm going to go bring you guys along with me, get them sauced, get that mozzarella down on them, and then we're going to put that broiler in my oven into action. Look at that juice. Can you see that? See that juice? Again, I do have these nitrile gloves with a cotton liner under them. These larger ones, just want to make sure these larger ones get done. However, they're not too thick. So this worked out perfectly. You know, one of the things with cooking with chicken breast is you can really dry it out really quick. Even if you're not meaning to. Takes, you got to make sure that your fire's just right. Those coals are perfect. Or even if you're cooking with wood, that wood's perfect. I really like this one, that color. That's going to be really good. You'll be able to taste these flavors through that sauce, right, and through that cheese. This chicken has enough smoke from that charcoal. I did not use any wood for this. I felt it's unnecessary. The charcoal has enough smoke flavor, woody flavor to it. So let's go ahead and start covering these. One of the main reasons why I kind of did some manual tenderization to these, aka I beat them I beat them with a cookie dough roller, was to ensure they're tender, and also to give us more coverage, more surface area for the sauce, to make sure that every piece of this chicken was in contact with that nice brine that we did. Remember, that brine we did was a 3% salt solution. I find that when I'm dealing with other pieces of poultry, sometimes, you know, a lot of people go towards that 5%, and that would be by weight of water, by weight of meat, and by salt being used. That 5% can be overly salty at times, right? It just depends on what you're looking for. Now, depending on what protein I have, I might up that salt percentage and how much time that I have. This, we went a 3% salt solution. It was not iodized salt or table salt. This was a kosher salt. Remember, kosher salt is a lot less saltier than your table salt. So we get some nice coverage on this. This sauce was able to go ahead and thicken up for us. I'm going to reserve some more of this salt because because I do have some noodles. I got some buttered and flavored noodles that these will be setting on, and they've already been seasoned and buttered. They're just waiting for these to get done. This is the last step of my cook, guys. Now we kind of counter that in a multitude of ways. One was that brine. One other way was the way we monitored our fire. When we got those coals down on the grill, we let them go until most of the high heat was out, and we were able to achieve some white ashed over coals. That's the heat that you want for this type of preparation. Now they're sure that if you got any spills on your pan that you kind of wipe them off, because those will begin to burn. And these every few seconds. Again, I don't want much burning going on. I do want to get that cheese melted, and I wanted to add some additional flavor. Stay tuned. All right, I just pulled these out from under the broiler. You can see we got some excellent color going on. These ends did not get as much color as the ones in the middle. That's fine. Underneath that piece of cheese, those pieces of cheese, going on with some garlic powder, just a light dusting. And then to finish it off, some red chili pepper flake. Smells pretty good. Alright, so now here's what I'm going to do. These are going to rest here for the next 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to start getting plates together. I'll bring you guys back when I have my plate put together, take some pictures, and we'll give this thing a taste. Stay tuned. YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you, and this is our dinner for tonight. Again, I did a rebrand on chicken parmesan, right? A bit of a healthier take. No breaded and fried chicken cutlets, thighs, or breast. I took this chicken breast, split it down the middle, pounded it out, got into it a salt brine. That was a 3% solution salt brine. That's by weight of the meat, volume of the water. Afterwards, took it out, dried it off, got it back in the fridge, took it out, seasoned it, put it back in the fridge to let those seasonings also marinate. Because again, salt is flavor, everything else is an accompanying flavor. Then I took them out, got them in a Ziploc bag, and that's where they stayed until I started a fire. Started a fire using those XXL charcoal, got them to the point to where they were white hot, ashed over, so I can kind of control my temperatures since these breasts were so thin. I did not want to risk drying them out. Got them over that fire. It took about 20, 25, 30 minutes total. Got them off, sauced them with that beautiful sauce that we made. Got the mozzarella on top of them. Then on the side, I got some buttered and seasoned noodles along with some jazzed up green beans. That is potatoes and sausage in those green beans. They're delicious. Let me go ahead and get a taste for you guys on camera so I can go ahead and close this out, because this is my dinner tonight. I love, before I even get a taste, I love the way that sauce thickened up and it stayed underneath that chicken. It stayed underneath that cheese. So there's a layer there, and that's kind of what you want. All right, so let me get me a sizable bite.
I also like the way the edges of this chicken actually crisped up, and that was due to both the grill and that broiler setting. All right, look at that. We've got a little cheese on there. We've got some chicken in there. Let's see what we got. It's pretty good. That sauce stands out. You can taste all those dried herbs that we use, the oregano, the thyme, the bay leaf, which I ground up into that sauce. It's pretty good. That it's like a symphony, if you will, because nothing's overpowering. Maybe that sauce is a bit overpowering, but for the most part, the grilling of that chicken is not overpowering everything. I did not use any wood, so to speak. It's actually delicious. It's pretty good. Those buttered noodles, nothing's too salty. Pretty good. This is a bit of a healthier take on chicken parmesan. Generally, chicken parmesan, the chicken portion is breaded. That breading, you know, goes towards your carb count, high calories. So, if you haven't done so already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I look forward to all the comments I get. Also, I'll see you guys on the next video. Be Smokehouse out.